We ask that you take a moment to silence your cell phones or electronic devices. The use of recording devices and taking photographs during the ceremony is prohibited. Thank you and enjoy the show!
everybody. This is Mayor Eddie Melton of Gary, Indiana, and I want to thank you so much for attending the 2024 Gary International Black Film Festival. We know that the city of Gary is a place of culture and diversity and so many great talents, and so many talents that have come through the city over the decades. Someone such as Fred the Hammer Williams, Denise Williams, the Jacksons, Deion Taylor. There's so many more countless individuals that were born and raised right here in this great city. So the Gary International Black Film Festival, as you bring all of these films from across the world right here in our hometown of Gary, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for putting us on the map. We want to thank everyone that continues to support this organization as we continue to shine a light on Gary's greatness. Thank you, and God bless.
How's everybody doing out here? So happy that you guys could be here. Did you guys enjoy the wonderful sound of Silk and Night Wind? Let's give it a Good afternoon and welcome to the 14th Annual Gary International Black Film Festival Awards Ceremony. We are so happy you've decided to join this Sunday afternoon on the beautiful campus of Indiana University Northwest. And tonight, we have an amazing group of Gary's luminaries in our midst. But before we get started with our program, I would like to bring to the stage a gentleman who has demonstrated time and time again his love, commitment, and dedication and belief in what GIBFF does for this community. I'm gonna take a pause right here. GIBFF, one of the things that I took away from the Democratic Convention was from the youth in trying to pronounce Kamala. So I'm gonna do a little exercise right here, because when people are talking about us, they like, you heard of the GBIF, you know, they get it wrong. They get it wrong, and we love it. And I'm just gonna have a little fun here. So I want you guys, when you think of GI, what do you think about? Yeah. Not brilliant. This is about black brilliance. GIBFF, best friends forever. How about that? So I want you guys to say it along with me. We are GIBFF. One more time. GIBFF. I think we got it now. So the next time they ask you guys about the Gary International Black Film Festival, GIBFF, and our GBF, you know how they do. You can correct them. Thank you so much for that. Give yourselves a round of applause. So now that we all know how to correctly say GIBFF, here to help us celebrate by giving a few remarks, the Director of the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Multicultural Affairs, ODEMA, is none other than Dr. James Wallace.
Greetings all. Welcome. I didn't know I was going to have theme music when I came out, but I enjoyed that immensely. Wonderful band. Again, my name is Dr. James Wallace, and I'm the Director of the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Multicultural Affairs, and I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you to our campus on behalf of Interim Chancellor Dr. Vicky Ramon-Lagunas, who could not be here this evening. But this opportunity, this event here tonight, gives us an opportunity to align with our campus strategic priorities, particularly related to community engagement, where we seek to collaborate with campus and community partners for the edification of us all. With that said, I want to congratulate all of the honorees who will be receiving recognition this evening, not only for their contributions to our shared community, but for the recognition that they received here today. I also want to congratulate the Gary International Black Film Festival for 14 years of promoting Black excellence in independent filmmaking. It's been a pleasure working with the film festival folks over the last 14 years, and I want to congratulate Karen, Tony, Ludine, Sydney, and all the rest of the team who do tremendous work. I also want to pause and thank my campus partners that include Tim O'Donnell and Rob Seals, without whom events like these would not be possible. And finally, I'd like to thank all of you for supporting Black excellence in filmmaking and making sure that it's important for us to tell our stories so they won't be forgotten in the midst of time. So again, thank you, welcome, congratulations to you all. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Dr. Wallace. Each year, we look forward to acknowledging individuals from our hometown of Gary, Indiana, and giving people their flowers is one of many ways of saying thank you for being one who makes a difference. And know that we see you. So without further ado, let's keep this party rolling. We have Miss Sydney Chapman coming to the stage. Sydney is one of GIBFF's committee members, an artistic extraordinaire in her own right. And Wright, W-R-I-T-E, period. She's a phenomenal woman who does remarkable things on stage and in the classroom. Would you help me welcome her to the stage by putting your hands together for Miss Sydney Chapman.
I can't hear y'all. I can't hear y'all. Y'all like my shirt? Yeah. It's cute, right? My mama made it. Hello, everyone. I am Sydney Chapman, as Tony said. I am here to give out a wonderful award to someone who is more deserving, Latrice Edwards. Can we give her a round of applause, please? So I know it's a lot of y'all in here, but it sounds like it's 2 people. So we need a little more so we can get this going. So can I get some more energy real quick? There we go. So Ms. Latrice Edwards works as a celebrity makeup artist, has been seen on many notable films, TV shows, and A-list talent, working with A-list talent. However, her true shining stars are clients served through Triumphant Transitions Incorporated. As founder and chief empowerment officer of the nonprofit, her mission focuses on community service and empowerment for those in need. Along with her scholarship initiative for cosmetology, barber, film, and traditional college students, her professional accomplishments in service have been honored by her alma mater, Ball State University. In addition to being an inductee of the Northwest Indiana Society of Inventors, Edwards' vision to empower people to make a triumphant transition regardless of their past, obstacles, and environment has made a major impact for almost 2 decades. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone who's in the room, I need you to start clapping right now for Miss Latrice Edwards!
This award is gorgeous. Thank you. She took it away, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sydney. Oh my goodness. To God be all the glory. Happy Sunday, everyone. To God be all the glory, who is the executive producer and director of my life. Thank you to the Gary International Black Film Festival, Miss Karen, Miss Tony, Miss Ludine, and the entire team. Thank you for choosing me to receive this prestigious award today. Over the last 20 years of my life has been a reflection of 3 areas: faith, film, and philanthropy, either working on set or working in community service through the mission of Triumphant Transitions Incorporated. As my bio states, I have worked with many celebrities in on A-list films and TV shows as a production crew makeup artist. However, my true shining stars are my clients and communities served through the mission of Triumphant Transitions, which was founded 19 years ago right here in Gary, Indiana. 2025 will be our 20th anniversary, so please follow us on Facebook and IG at Live Triumphant Brand. And you can make donations there too, praise God. Part of the definition of the word impact states to have a strong effect on someone or something. And I am truly grateful for the impact of service, empowerment, self-esteem, image development, and more that God has allowed Triumphant Transitions to make in our community and beyond, and the gracious help of our supporters. I will wrap up by saying this. Any TV show or film that I've worked on in my career, one thing the cast and crew in every state that I've worked in will learn about Latrice Edwards, typically on the first day and definitely before we wrap, is that the makeup artist, Latrice Edwards, is a proud native of Gary, Indiana. And I am proud and humbled to be a recipient of the GIBFF Impact Award, in which I dedicate to the memory of my parents, my angels who taught me the foundation of service through their service in ministry and education right here in Gary, Indiana, and who supported all of my creative interests, whether it was music, band, or dance lessons at Corrine's studio. I was raised in a labor home, and I am proud to say that I am the first TV and film union makeup artist from Gary, Indiana, as a member of the IATSE Studio Mechanics. Thank you. As the great Muhammad Ali said, service is the rent you pay for your time here on earth. When Miss Tony called to tell me about this great honor with this elite group of honorees, I told her that I felt like a little kid sitting at the big adult table. Congratulations to all of my fellow honorees today. And I thank you to all of my family and friends who came out to support me today. I love you all. Thank you, God bless you, and live triumphant. Live triumphant, y'all. Thank you so much.
Give it up again for Miss Latrice Edwards. Now, speaking of phenomenal women, our next presenter is not only phenomenal, one might just say that she's a phenomenon. Multi-creative, educator, writer, a polyglot, and wife. A woman who possesses so many special qualities and talent, not to mention she's the recipient of the 2021 Kelachukwu Brinfrey Award. Let's give a round of applause for Mrs. McKenya Dilworth Smith.
Wow, that was really something. I was thinking, what are you talking about? Me, thank you. Giving honor to God, from whom all good things flow. All right, we're going to have church today. All right, so the Kelachukwu Brinfrey Vanguard Award is an award that recognizes groundbreaking individuals who have pushed the boundaries of artistic and cultural expression. It celebrates forward-thinking creatives who have made a profound impact on our culture, often challenging traditional narratives. Paris Gills Jr. has brought a voice for the voiceless to be visibly heard on canvas of paintings. Art is not always what you see, but what you make others hear by what they see. Tony Simpson. So let me share with you a little about the recipient of this award. Paris Guild Sr. is a visionary, multidisciplinary artist, educator, and muralist from Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana. With an associate's degree in media arts from Robert Morris University and a bachelor's in fine arts from Indiana University Northwest, Paris has made a lasting impact on his hometown. His 5 murals in Gary serve as a public invitation to reflect, engage, and converse about significant issues. Paris's art delves into cultural phenomenons that I have lost my place in the computer that's not mine. But I could tell you about Paris, right? Because Paris is a Gary Arts and Cultural member of society here, and he uses his arts as a way to engage about or have courageous conversations about things we often fall silent about and we cannot afford to do. He talks about racial injustice, social inequity, and he does this through the arts because the arts has the transformative power to bring people together, because ultimately at the end of the day, Paris understands that art is about building a bridge of understanding, not erecting walls of indifference. Can I get an amen? Amen. So please put your hands together for our 2024 Kelechukwu Benford Vanguard Award, Paris Gill Jr. Senior.
Hello, everyone. All right, here we go. So I am truly grateful for this moment. Allow me first to say thank you to God for blessing me with this honor, as well as the Gary International Black Film Festival for seeing and recognizing the way I give back to my city. I want to thank my mother and my wife for always being a support in my life. And I'd like to give a special thanks to my godfather, Mr. William Bryan Thomas, who has not only supported but nurtured my artistic talents. Thank you, Pops T. I remember being on his side when he was honored as a change maker, and now I'm proud to have followed in his footsteps. This moment is somewhat surreal. I would have never thought what started out as a way to get through depression would lead me here. When I say art saved my life, it's not a cliche. I used to be a security guard, and for almost 10 years, I suffered in silence while working 12 to 16-hour days confined in a metal box outside of BP oil. It was rough, but to help pass the time and keep me sane, I would bring my art supplies, paint, while sitting in that box. I started to get excited about art. So much, I started painting live during poetry sets in the community. And before I knew it, I created enough pieces to put on my first solo art exhibit. After graduating with my bachelor's in fine arts from the Indiana University Northwest, I started my teaching career, and I love it, y'all. Thank you. Not done yet, but I love teaching. I absolutely do. Shout out to Steel City. I've come to learn art is my passion, and education is my purpose. For me, teaching is a labor of love because I'm passionate about what I do. And I want to share the joy of visual art to as many people as possible. my wife and I will have extensive conversations around the word legacy. Legacy is anything positive. My place. Back up. All right, here we go. My wife and I will have extensive conversations around the word legacy. That word carries a sense of importance to me because, to me, legacy is anything positive you leave behind or impart on others. My legacy is my love, my children, my body of work, and the next generation of creative thinkers that God has blessed me to teach. In addition to teaching, I have 6 murals around the city of Gary. I take private commissions and I facilitated paint parties. I can't imagine my life without art. And as long as I'm able to, I will continue to develop my craft as an artist and educator. Again, I am honored to be recognized as a change maker here in Gary, Indiana. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. The Gary International Black Film Festival, GIBFF for short, is Gary's first and the original festival of its kind in the city of Gary and in the region. It is the brainchild of Gary native, Seattle-based Karen Toring, here to give us insight and the festival's origin, mission, and a few remarks about how you can support GIBFF is none other than the founder and director of the Gary International Black Film Festival.
I'll stand on this side. The computer's not working. So all of our stuff is like on this little computer right here, this black screen. My name is Karen Toring, and I am very proud. I was looking at the description and it said Gary native and Seattle based, but this is my home. And when I say I'm going home, I'm thinking and I'm talking about Gary, Indiana. So, yeah, I've told this story many times, so if you've heard this story, and I can't see for all the smoke, I think Mr. Hammer's over there. I wanted to go over here and do this. Bow to you, sir. I bow to you, sir. So, yes, this is a labor of love. It is run by volunteers. It is run on heart and spirit, and it's also run on money. So I'd like to at least acknowledge the festival sponsors and partners that are featured in your program book, and we try and mention them every chance we get because they believe in us when sometimes we don't even believe in ourselves, right? So I'd like to shout out the Urban League of Northwest Indiana, of course, Indiana University Northwest, and the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Multicultural Affairs, the Northwest Indiana Health Disparities Council, Tolbert and Tolbert, the Urban League of Northwest Indiana Young Professionals, and last but not least, the Legacy Foundation, who has supported us since the first year. And we would appreciate your support. Please support these sponsors because they are out here supporting the things that mean a lot to us. And yeah, that's enough, right? I guess you can't tell that it's been a long weekend and the girl is up here winging it. The other thing that I want to say about the Gary International Black Film Festival is that it is a volunteer-run film festival. That means that people, for the last 14 years, people have basically come together. We work year-round to bring programming from around the world and in our own backyard. And like I said earlier, that takes money. So the next time you're talking about it, thinking about it, telling people what a great, didn't we have fun last night?
Yes.
Woo! Oh man, that Luther film was so good, right? Oh my God. Amazing stories, amazing storytellers. We've got filmmakers in the building who are just overwhelmed by the amount of love and support that these Gary audiences give when they come to Gary, Indiana. So on our website, there's a button. It's called Donate. And do what you can. And then tell somebody else you know to do what you can. Because this festival runs on the love and support of our sponsoring partners. One whom I didn't mention, we just wrote them down as anonymous because I asked, how do you want to be acknowledged? And they were like, just tip your head and let them know. So make a gift, give often, tell your friends. That's how this works. Thank y'all.
That was awesome, Karen. Thank you so much. Like Karen mentioned, we have many exciting opportunities for you to be a part of the GIBFF, and one of our pride and joys is the Real Rundown Fellowship, where over the summer, aspiring creatives immerse themselves in a 6-week intensive curriculum of learning, honing, and getting up close and personal with industry professionals to learn more about the ins and outs of the business of filmmaking. This summer's program produced an innovative class that we celebrated on Saturday, which was yesterday, where they premiered their short films to the world. And boy, were they overwhelmed and excited with the audience response. So I want to take a moment to recognize and have them here with the other honorees to be celebrated in front of you. The Real Rundown Fellows, will you please come to the stage? Let's give them some intro music. Give it up. Let's line up out there, you guys. I see a few of them are missing, but while they have your undivided attention, let's really give them a real welcome. Our fellows, first-time filmmakers, all 4 of them. They ranged from the ages of 19 to 81. And I had to stress that because, as we know, as many say, age is just a number. And as we continue this program, you will see exactly what I mean about that with the upcoming honorees. So to my Real Rundown Fellowship fellows, if I was a little bit hard on you over the summer, I bet you say you appreciate it now because the end product was well worth the hard work. Thank you all so very much. Thank you so very much. Sherwin Moore, Tara Cooks, Marjorie Peterson, and my guy Mir. Let's give it up for him. Thank you so much. First-time filmmaker, right here. Absolutely, it's never too late. Thank you guys so much. All righty then. Our next presenter coming to the stage needs no introduction. His booming voice resonates with an energy that is undeniably unique and commands the attention of everyone within earshot of its sound. I'm talking about the one, the only radio host who has the most interesting way of conveying the news to his listening audience. I'm talking about Gary's own 88.7 Wake Up GI host in the flesh, Mr. Jeffrey Smith.
How do I live up to that? How do I live up to that, really? First of all, I'm honored to be able to give this person that we're about to talk about this award because we have a connection. Actually, I first met this gentleman when I don't want to date myself and I don't want to date him either, but let's just put it this way. I was in elementary school and he showed up as my principal and he's just absolutely been in my life ever since. So let me tell you a little bit about him. First of all, the Founders Award for Excellence is designed for individuals or groups whose commitment to excellence aligns with the founding vision of the Gary International Black Film Festival. It not only highlights sustained contributions to film and culture, fostering a positive representation of Black lives in media, but for those who also take responsibility to affect the kind of change that creates the greatest value while co-creating and promoting dignity, hope, mutual respect, and mutual understanding for the betterment of society. This year's recipient of this illustrious honor is well deserving of receiving this prestigious award. So if I can get my computer to act right a little bit, I want to tell you a little bit about Dr. Smith. Well, once again, computers are not working. I'll tell you a little bit about what I do know. As I said, not only has this gentleman been an educator, a principal in the city of Gary, also an assistant principal, but he's also been, I guess what you would call a community activist. He served as the city council representative for the 4th District of the great city of Gary, Indiana, and then of course took his efforts downstate where he's been serving in the Indiana House for I don't know how many years, but he's been there and he's always been a force. I just want to say personally that it kind of, I know he didn't see this coming, me actually giving him this award, but I just want him to know that outside of my father and the Hammer, I've never seen anybody represent Frable as much as he has. I mean, this guy he got a park that they have these wonderful events. And as I said, growing up in a Frable Roosevelt household, with my father going to Frable, my mother going to Roosevelt, I can appreciate his efforts. And so without further ado, I want to bring him upstage because I want to give this man his award and his just due. I'm talking about Dr. Vernon G. Smith. Come on up, sir.
Allow me to begin, like so many others have, by giving reverence to God, who is the head and center of my life. I want you to know that I am a believer. I do believe that he is the Son of God, and that Jesus was the Son of God, that he stepped through 42 generations, came down on this earth to die for both your sins and my sins, took off his crown of glory, took off his robe of glory to die for our sins. And so I give him the praise because I'm a believer. And I'm also a praiser because I praise him for what he's done for me. He's been so good to me. So good to me. And beyond that, I am a worshiper because he's not finished with me yet. I'm worshiping him for what he's able to do. And if he doesn't do it, I know that he's able to do it. I give him the reverence, I give him place. And I want to just thank all the fine citizens of Gary and the Northwest Indiana region. You know what? There are a lot of people who think they can do the job better than I have done it. And so I thank God for favor from him, but the favor he's given me with man. Because I've been able to serve for 52 years. I hold the record in the state of Indiana of being the longest elected official in the state of Indiana. And you know, I couldn't try to do it by myself. It's been people who have supported me. And I don't take you for granted. I try to serve you to the best of my ability. And I get into a lot of trouble and a lot of fights down. I've been booed. We're not supposed to boo people on the floor. But when you start talking about Gary, Indiana, you got a fight coming from me. Don't bring Gary. I was at last week, 75th anniversary of my church. And the comedian came in and he was bamming on Gary. I didn't laugh at it. He was funny, but I didn't laugh at anything else he had to say. Because he ticked me off. You don't talk about it. You know what I want people to say about me when I'm gone? I think like Martin Luther King sometimes. What will people say? When you get at my age, you go to more funerals than you thought you wouldn't go to. And you wonder what people are going to say about you. You know what I want people to say about me? That I love my God. That I love my family. That I love God's people. That I love Gary, Indiana. And I loved Omega Psi Phi fraternity. That's what I want you to say about me. You don't have to say anything else. Close the casket and plant me. That's all you have to say about me. When I was young, I always had a compassion for people who were being picked on. People didn't pick on me because I'm the last of 10 children. I had 6 older brothers. I was interested in education, and they were more streetwise. And so they said, do not mess with little Smitty. Because you mess with me, you get my 6 older brothers. They were muscular, and I was peep squeaking. And so I didn't have to worry about that. And so my mother called me a do-gooder when I was young, because I was going around doing things and trying to do things for the community and for help other people. But you know why I served so with all my diligence, with all my effort? It's because I've come to understand that when you serve mankind, guess who you're serving? You're serving God. And so I do it with all the fervor that I can. It's not a plaything to me. And see, down in Indianapolis, we play with people. We pass laws, we play with people. And we do things to others that we don't want done to us. And another reason is because I've had many mentors, and some of them I knew and some I didn't know. And that was Bobby Kennedy. And Bobby Kennedy said on one occasion, he said, every individual can make a difference. That every individual has an obligation to make a difference. And you know what? I don't have any offsprings, but I want somebody to stop occasionally and think about me. And I hope that I've made a difference in the lives of people here in the city of Gary. So when you get an Excellence Award, I'm trying to do it with excellence. And then one more thing that I want to say, and then I'm going to take my seat. And that was what Eleanor Roosevelt said. She said, I would rather light a candle than curse the darkness. And so many people want to complain about what's wrong with Gary. And they don't understand if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And so I try to the best of my ability to make a difference in our city. I want people to have what I had. I grew up in Gary when it was vibrant, when it was the crown jewel of the state of Indiana. Nobody wanted to go to Indianapolis, they wanted to come to Gary. When I went to college, my friends wanted to come back home on the weekend with me to Gary. When I got in grad school and working my doctorate, I couldn't beg them to come back here. But I want the young people to experience the Gary that I experienced. And you know what? There's none of us as smart as all of us. There's none of us as rich as all of us. There's none of us as strong as all of us. There's none of us that make a difference. We come to Gary. Gary has so much talent. If we could just come together, think of the difference that we can make in this city. And so before my bones are laid to rest, I challenge you to do just that. Every day, what can I do to make a difference? Even if it's just picking up one piece of paper off the street. Even if it's just making somebody who's having a rough day by saying to them, you can make it, or giving them a helping hand. We must believe in our city. If we believe in Almighty God, and I do with all my heart and all my mind, all my spirit. If you believe in him, I know that he's the great multiplier. He multiplied the children of Israel. He multiplied those fish that he fed and the bread that he gave to those who were hungry. I know we can do it. I want to thank Karen for thinking enough of me to give me this award. Because I know that while there's a committee, they're not going to do too much that she doesn't want done. I want to thank her. And I want to praise her. You know, we have a film festival too, but this film festival has so much pizzazz, so much class, so much professionalism, so much that's great. And those of you who are here, you need to run and tell the story about this great international film festival. I've done it, even though some people have been in competition. We're not in competition, because Gary needs as much entertainment as he can have. So it's not about competition. It's about her doing it her way, me doing it my way, and guess what? We're better for it. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm honored.
Hold up, Dr. Smith. I got to give you your award the right way. I guess I did it prematurely, so I'm going to have to come to your office. So let's pretend it didn't happen before. I'm going to give him his award now. Dr. Smith, congratulations on your wonderful award. You deserve it. Give it up for Dr. Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Tony. Anyone say something?
You know, that's my mama's son right there. You guys got to do better than that. Please give it up for Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, he knows we go way back. He forgot to mention that I was a little tight when he used to have the Easter Sunday talent shows. As all of you guys know, my first love is dance. And of course, we would take the prize every time. Thank you so much, Dr. Smith. Thank you so much. We are at the highlight of the evening as we honor and bestow love on Gary luminaries who have been and continue to be a beacon, sending the lofty spirit of an example to emulate out into the world. Let us not forget how they continue to have great pride and love, just as Dr. Smith spoke of, for this place we call Gary, Indiana, or G.I., or the G. Our final, no, I skipped one. I gotta go back. Or they took my sheet. Because I'm not there. Bear with us. Give me my little music, y'all. Okay, y'all. They've done it to me. So I'm going to have to bring the lady that was just out here because we're about to honor woman to woman. We're looking at the Changemakers Award. And that award is for Miss Dorothy R. Lavelle.
amazing woman I'm about to talk about. When I first read her bio, y'all, I was just like, and what Miss Lavelle doesn't know is that I have a degree in journalism. So somebody that is making change in the publishing and journalism industry is my hero. So let me tell you a little bit about it. I want to read a little bit from the program here, because it's dark in here and y'all can't read the program. Dorothy R. Lavelle, an unwavering force in the Black press since 1968. She has stood at the helm of the Crusader newspaper group, preserving and amplifying the voices of Chicago and Gary's Black communities. How many Black newspapers are there still out there? You can name them on one hand, right? This is incredible. Her journey began in a time when the power of Black media was both vital and vulnerable. Dorothy Lavelle took the reins and transformed the Crusader, modernizing it, the operations, and expanding its impact. As the first Black woman to chair the National Newspaper Publishers Association, Ms. Lavelle, not once, not twice, 3 times, Ms. Lavelle's leadership extended beyond the newsroom. She grew the NNPA's influence globally, even leading the delegation to Nigeria to investigate political unrest. And if you all know anything about what's going on in journalism today, journalists are dying. They are literally dying to tell us the stories and the news that we need to know. So this was an important thing for Dorothy to help her journalists understand by taking them to Nigeria and bringing that story back to the Black community. I just want y'all to clap for that. That's a lot. That's a lot. Her fearless advocacy has made her a champion for civil rights, both in the United States and internationally. But Dorothy Lavelle's legacy reaches beyond journalism. She has poured herself into the arts, donating her personal collection of over 150 commissioned pieces to the DuSable Museum. And as co-founders of Heroes in the Hood, she has celebrated the unsung young heroes who rise to the challenges in their communities and often go unnoticed. With accolades accolades that range from the Ida B. Wells Legacy Award to countless other honors, Ms. Lavelle stands as a beacon of excellence in journalism, civil rights, and service. Her story is one of courage, leadership, and devotion, and she is a light to her community. She continues to inspire future generations, ensuring that the story of Black America is told with integrity, passion, and an unyielding commitment to justice. Ms. Lavelle, can you take the stage, please? It's heavy. You want to hold it? No? No? Okay, girl.
Nothing too heavy. I want to just say amen. Thank you, Vernon Smith, and all of those who gave our Creator his just due. I tell you, I could not have served as editor and publisher, and before that, secretary and janitress. I'm still doing that job for the last 63 years of my life. I always get to these programs and I'm thinking, I ain't gotta say nothing. So I don't prepare anything. So I'm not gonna be as prolific and wonderful as some of the other speakers. But I don't mind telling you that I've just been plain spoken all of my life. I have made a lot of friends and I've made a lot of enemies, but I've done it for the love of my people. I want to give a special shout out to a man who has stood with me and worked with me. I haven't done this by myself. For the last 48 years as my husband. 8 years. 8 years of dating. Thought I was gonna have to throw him back in the can. I mean, how long you gonna make a girl wait? Oh, my second husband, Mr. Johnny L. Smith. Mr. Smith, stand up and take your bow for putting up with me for 48 years as your wife. Oh, and I have a granddaughter out there too, who's a real sweetheart, Miss Chantel Ray, named after me. I finally tell you what that R stands for. Dorothy Ray. Can you believe somebody named somebody that? I was so angry with my aunt when I found out about it, and it spelled it like a boy, you know. Now they make it R-A-E and R-A-I and all of that, right? R-A-Y. That's what she did to me. But let me just say this, that if there is any community in this whole United States and in the world that I love more than Gary, I haven't found it yet. I love the people. I love the purpose. I don't mind telling you I have done some things. I brought a convention to Gary, Indiana, and I had to fight about 3 or 4 years with a bunch of bougies that were members of the National Newspaper Publishers Association. They said, one of them, very well known, founded the organization, said they would come to Gary over his dead body. Believe it or not, he was standing there with Mayor Harold Washington from Chicago and you name it, Benjamin Hooks, you name the people who came to Gary, Indiana in 1983, because I fought them like hell. And I don't mind telling Vernon Smith, Bob Freeland, Carolyn Mosby, all of these people fought with me to bring this to Gary, Indiana. And I never regretted it, because I know the soul, the love, the beauty of this city. I don't care what it looked like on the outside. I know what it used to look like, and it was beautiful, and it's still beautiful, not because of its exterior, because of its people. So I want to thank Gary, Indiana, for all that you have done for me. And I got one more point to make. Just recently, maybe about a year ago, there was a company well funded with foundation money who came to Gary. They were going to come to Gary and give Gary everything that the Gary Crusader wasn't. And so every time they went to some of the movers and shakers in this town, they say, have you talked to Dorothy Lavelle? Have you talked to Dorothy Lavelle? So finally, they called me up and said, we just want you to know we coming to Gary and we gonna be doing all of this good stuff. I said, listen, I'm not the one to tell you not to come, but I want you to know that I am deeply committed to that community, and the people of Gary, Indiana are deeply committed to me. And they're still out there. They took my best reporter, offered him 6 figures. He went with them. I said, yeah, I'm not the one to tell you, not to pass up a great opportunity like this. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. So he went. He was there less than a month. He came back, he said, Miss Lavelle, I want to come back. Because they were not about the business of giving good news encouragement, or any kind of support that Gary, Indiana deserves. So I'm here to tell you, I am here to stay. I saw that 81-year-old lady get up here better than me, but I think there's going to be an 8 in my number in the next week or so. There will be an 8 in that number, and I am so happy to be here. I get a lot of awards. You come in my office, you'll see them all over everywhere, but everyone is so special. And I have been recognized by the National Association of Black Journalists, and I've never been a member. What really surprised me, I think I might be one of 3 that have been recognized by the Indiana Journalism Hall of Fame. So I want you to know that accolades are fine, but every time I get that paper out every week, and Lord knows it's hard a lot of weeks, I know that I have been truly blessed, and I am privileged to have had an opportunity to just put some of the good news about our people. And let's elect Kamala Harris.
Let's give a round of applause for Miss Dorothy LaBelle. Absolutely. How are you guys enjoying yourselves out here? I hope that we are continuing to make Gary proud. As I was saying earlier, one of our highlights as we're nearing the closing of our ceremony, we're here to present a Lifetime Achievement Award. Why do I delete that back there again? The GIBFF Lifetime Achievement Award honors the life and legacy of iconic figures whose careers have made indelible marks on film and culture. In 2024, this award celebrates the life and legacy of Fred the Hammer Williamson, a legendary figure in both sports and cinema. We honor his impact, intellect, and career as a professional football player. Williamson's influence extends across multiple industries. This award pays tribute to his pioneering spirit and lasting influence on Black culture. Let's take a look at the man affectionately known as the Hammer.
Urban crime drama, nicely directed by and starring Fred Williamson. One of the few black actors able to make his own movies these days.
I got 3 rules. 1, you can't kill me. 2, I gotta win all the fights. 3, I want the girl at the end of the movie.
Nigger Charlie. He had a dream. Free every slave in the West. Nigger Charlie knew only one way to do it. Take the white man's gold and build an army of black fighting men.
A king of crime is born. A mob boss who started in the streets. Ready to do anything for a payoff. No matter what it cost.
Tell my people that you just met 2 niggas who don't know how to sing or dance.
I am Fred the Hammer Williamson. The Hammer is a nickname for professional football.
Some people gave me a reaction. 10,000 booed, 10,000 cheered. That's okay. I mean, they were watching me.
Standing on sacred ground. I'm standing on sacred ground where I used to live. I'm in Gary, Indiana. I'm on 2678 Polk Street. This used to be 2678. Let's pan around and show the people what's left of 2678. Can you pan? That is where all my memories are, in that pile of trash you see there. But I love it. I'm back to Gary, and I'm going to tell you all the things that I remember about being part of Gary, Indiana.
Fred,
Yeah.
Howard Williamson.
Yes,
Full circle moment here.
it is. I'm standing in front of a tree, and see on the ground there used to be another tree this size, and I used to have a hammock that I tied between the two trees, and that's how I would relax during the day. I would swing in this hammock and just take life easy.
On this block, you had great friends.
I had potential friends. It was our former mayor, our friend Rudy Clay, lived a few blocks down, his brother, Lonnie, and they were part of the group that used to take my lunch money every day.
As the mayor.
He wasn't married then. He was Rudy Clay, and they had an older brother. My lunch money was 35 cents because I used to have a chocolate milk and a cinnamon roll for lunch every day. And that's what I kept, 35 cents. And sometimes I had to walk this way to go past them. Then I used to go down the alley and back way to go around other people. My 35 cents was a challenge to our young kids.
That's a lot of money then.
Yeah, but it changed. In 2 years, maybe 3 years, it grew 2 inches. Got my money back. All right, y'all. Back seat is not meant for long leg people.
They went from K through 12 or before they started splitting them up. I didn't realize Roosevelt was one of them. I should have known because this is the only school that we relegated to.
So I went to Roosevelt from kindergarten to 4th grade, 5th grade. And my family moved to the other side of Gary on Maryland Street.
East side.
Close to Pulaski, so that's where I migrated from Roosevelt. I got older, I started taking it back.
Oh, you were? You took money from the hammer?
Oh, yeah, he took my 35 cents. That's all I had. That's it. That was lunch money. Right. All right.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank y'all. Later. Here we are. My second home. Gary, Indiana. Hello, darling. Damn good. First of all, when I left, came here, going to Pulaski, I established a good reputation as an athlete. So when I got my scholarship offer, it was to all the black colleges